All right, we are live on Dodgers Digest. Mike Nelson here with you on this edition of the Dodgers post game. Of course, the Dodgers get a big W tonight, defeating the New York Yankees. Of course, the hated Yankees. The Dodgers and Yankees, of course, played in the World Series last year in 2024, right? And today was basically the rematch of that 2024 World Series, which has been an iconic matchup for so many years, going all the way back to the Brooklyn Dodger days, right? The Yankees and the Dodgers. And today they renewed their rivalry out in Dodger Stadium, playing again. This time, with the Dodgers being the world champions, it's definitely a different feeling for the Yankees. And Aaron Judge, had a big home run early on, but come on, Shohei Ohtani had one of the most iconic moments in his Dodger baseball career today. It has to be one of his most iconic moments, right? Watching the game today, Shohei Ohtani hit a home run in the first pitch of the game. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. First pitch of the game for, to him, right? Of course, hitting that home run to tie up the game at that point. Ohtani ends up having 2 home runs. He's had an extraordinary May, and it's been just a great, month of May for Shohei Ohtani. They were talking about it in the post game today. Heidi Watney of Apple TV was interviewing Shohei Ohtani, talking about how Ohtani just looks like a different player since he became a father, right? Definitely having some of that dad power, and it's pretty crazy. The Dodgers win today 8-5. It was definitely a struggle early on, right? Because Tony Gonsolin ran into issues early in this game. The Dodgers were down 5-2. It was once again one of those rough starting pitching outings for the Dodgers. Pitching, it's been like that all season long with all the injuries. They were talking about it in the post game today. That you have to give some credit to Tony Gonsolin. I mean, he wasn't the best today. Giving up 6 hits. Giving up 5 runs. The home runs as well were key as well. The Yankees, of course, Trent Grisham getting a home run, and Paul Goldschmidt, and also Austin Wells, and of course Aaron Judge. So the Yankees did get some home runs there in this game, and Gonsolin was charged with all the runs today. He's the one that gave up all the runs for the Dodgers. So once again, the starting pitching wasn't the best, but the Dodgers just had the best offense in baseball. They have one of the best offense that we have ever seen in baseball history. The Dodgers have one of the best for sure, and I think this is arguably the best Dodgers offense we have ever seen. This Dodger team, right? If you go back to the days of, the Dodgers have been in LA for, over a long time now, right? Since the 1950s. This is probably the best lineup they have had. And they're showing it every day, right? And that last year, the Dodgers won because of their offense. I mean, their pitching wasn't the best. Their bullpen really came through in the end. And guess what happened today? The bullpen came through for the Dodgers, right? Because Tony Gonsolin was a starting pitcher. He left the game after 6 innings, right? Looking at my notes here. And then the last 3 innings, the Dodgers came in and closed the door, right? Jack Dreyer, Ben Casparis ran into a little bit of issue, and then, Tanner Scott closed it out in that 8th inning. Then Alex Vesia got the save for the Dodgers in the 9th inning. So those guys, the 4 relievers today that came in for the Dodgers, got the job done. And I think that's, what the Dodgers depend on, right? They depend on their bullpen to really be, solid. And that's why the Dodgers won this game, because the starting pitching was, wasn't the best there, right? Tony Gonsolin, struggled. They figured it out. And, at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? That they find a way to win this game. And, because the Dodgers are, they're one of the best for sure when it comes to their offense, right? Last year, they had, pitching issues. They had so many injuries throughout the, regular season, right? Last year, we saw how, at come playoff time, this team completely was, decimated with injuries, right? I mean, they had to rely on, think about it. Walker Buehler had to go in and close the game out for the Dodgers, right? And that's what's kind of close out the game in the World Series, right? A starting pitcher, which is not obviously something that's it's not that it's not common. It happens in the World Series, right? I mean, it's not like it's not a rarity, right? We've seen it before, and it's just that's the way it works. I mean, the Dodgers have to find a way to win games, and today that's what they did. Today they found a way to win games. They're obviously going to be one of the best. I think this year after today's win, I think they're obviously confirmed as. I mean, come on, they're going to win the World Series again. I mean, this is the best the Yankees could play, right? This is the best the Yankees could play. I mean, the Yankees had Max Fried today, one of their best pitchers, and they still couldn't get the job done. I mean, Max Fried was solid at first, and then it just completely came out completely fell apart for the Yankees, right? As the Dodgers got along. And then that sixth inning was obviously super important. The sixth inning was an important inning for the Dodgers, picking up those 4 runs. That was a solid inning for sure. And we have to, today I titled the video with Shohei Ohtani and Andy Pajes because those 2 players were super important. Ohtani having the 2 home runs, getting the tying home run early on in the first inning. And then Andy Pajes, he had a couple, big moments in this game. For sure, right? Early on, Pajes, you got the double play, but later on, the guy ended up with 3 RBIs, right? I mean, it was a solid day for Andy Pajes, going 2 for 4, a player that's been criticized. But think about it. Today, the Dodgers put Andy Pajes batting 5th, right? I mean, it's kind of crazy. He bats 5th today, and he ends up having the best game of the season, right? Offensively, this is the best game Andy Pajes has had maybe in his Dodger career. Because it means a lot, getting these hits, getting these RBIs against the Yankees, right? One of the best teams in the American League. So the Dodgers find a way to, get these, getting Andy Pajes confidence, a young player. After, remember we were talking about, was it early in the season? I mean, me and Brad were making a whole bunch of videos with, trade Andy Pajes. We were all on him, right? Get rid of him and all this. But really, in the end, I mean, I think it's good that the Dodgers didn't get rid of him, right? But let's go to the comments. Looks like everybody is commenting today. You want to thank everybody who's watching the channel for the first time. Maybe the algorithm sent you this way. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really goes a long way if you subscribe to the Dodgers Digest channel. We have almost 8,000 people now subscribed to the Dodgers Digest channel. Myself, Brad J, and of course everybody out there, our friends out in Canada who take care of this channel as well. Thanks a lot, Ben and Nick, everybody, Darius up there. We know it's really late for you guys. It's probably like, 2:30 in the morning, 3 a.m. out there. But yeah, thanks for everybody. Thanks for everything you guys do. Without you guys, we'd be really helped us out in getting this channel out there. But let's go through the comments here. Looks like a lot of people, and I've had a lot to say here the first 10 minutes. So sorry if I haven't seen everybody's comments. You can also call us up. We got the phone number there. We got 719-359-4580. Then you just got to put the code in, which I put in the chat there at the top. LCs, we have to just keep hitting. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that's obvious, right? The Dodgers have to keep hitting. I think the offense is what's going to carry this team because the pitching is still a bit doubtful, right? I mean, it's just the injuries, man. The Dodgers have so many players on the IL. It's just the way it is. I mean, the Dodgers have too many. I mean, think about it this weekend. They have to go with Landon Knack against the Yankees, right? I mean, that's not the best case scenario, having Landon Knack start a game against the Yankees. And I mean, that's just because of the injuries, right? They wouldn't be having Landon Knack in a normal situation. I mean, they had they had Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell signed up for this year, right? I mean, think about it. 2 extremely good pitchers, that any team would like to have. The Dodgers have both of them on their roster, and they're both not playing right now. And Roki Sasaki as well, another player that the Dodgers, unfortunately, are not. They just don't have at this time, right? Unfortunately, they're just not able to count. They're not able to count on him right now because he's hurt. But let's go through the comments here. NC saying, so fired up. Yeah, I think every Dodger fan is super fired up after today watching the game. You saw Dodger Stadium today watching it. I mean, the whole stadium was completely packed from the first inning. That just shows nobody was late, right? I mean, sometimes Dodger fans are always showing up late, especially on Fridays. Everybody's like running late. I know a friend of mine was at the game today. And they were telling me, it was really bad, the traffic, right? It was like super. I mean, for those of you that went to the game, maybe you're in the parking lot still, but they were telling me that it was like really hard to get into the game. So I can imagine the traffic was really bad. Luckily, I was here at home watching the game, not dealing with all the. Think about it, today was super expensive. It was like $150, $100, $150 to get into today's game. Wasn't too cheap. Think about it, because playing World Series rematch. And this weekend, I'm sure those prizes are going to even go up now that the Dodgers have won the first game. We got Eric Cruz saying, great comeback win. Went to go see Mission Impossible. Final record, my Dodgers got to win. Come on, Eric. You missed the Dodger game to go see Mission Impossible. No, come on. I mean, you had to stay home today to watch the game. I mean, Mission Impossible can wait. I mean, movies are. Think about Mission Impossible is going to be out for like 3 months. I mean, it's like there's barely any movies out anyway. So, I'm sorry you missed today's game though. But yeah, thanks for watching the post game. But Mission Impossible, I've never been a big fan of the Mission Impossible series. I don't know what everybody thinks out there, but I've never been the biggest fan. I always think it's like kind of like it's a more unrealistic. It's not realistic. The franchise. I just think it's, obviously everybody goes to see Tom Cruise, but it's not really, a series or a movie series that I'm really into. But yeah, Eric was at Mission Impossible. Who else was at? Hopefully everybody was at home watching. I know today's game, another thing too that really sucks for Dodger fans today was that today's game was not really available, right? Because you had to get Apple TV Plus to watch today's game, right? I know a lot of Dodger fans were complaining about that on social media because, it wasn't on the Dodger channel, right? It wasn't on the normal channel that everybody usually watches the games in LA. And today everybody had to get Apple TV to watch it. So I know that's always a challenge for Dodger fans. A lot of people had to, watch today's game, like, listen to today's game on the radio. That's always an option, right? But I know the Apple TV thing is always a bit of a barrier on those Friday night games that they decide to show the games. But let's go to, what is it, Francisco saying 2 for Showtime. Yeah, I mean, that was, Max Fried, yeah, he was good for a bit, but he completely fell apart, right? I mean, that's the Yankees. The Yankees are just not as good as the Dodgers. I mean, I think today that confirmed. I mean, the Yankees are at full strength. I know that, they don't have, of course, Garrett Cole for the whole season, but I mean, and then, of course, they have injuries like the Dodgers, but this is the best the Yankees are probably going to play this season. I mean, the Dodgers still have room for improvement, and the Yankees still couldn't beat the Dodgers, right? I mean, Aaron Judge is hitting almost 400. This is the best that they're going to play, and they still couldn't beat the Dodgers. So, I mean, I really think the Dodgers are, by far today it confirms. We have to wait and see what happens in the next 2 games, right? Because there's still 2 more games to be played in the series. It's not like the series is, done. There's still 2 more games at Dodger Stadium. But I think, this kind of confirms the Dodgers are clearly better than the Yankees again. Just have to wait and see, right? Because the Dodgers are not at their best right now. They're clearly not at their best when it comes to the starting pitching. There's too many injuries. The bullpen is completely used up. They are, running on fumes when it comes right now to their pitching, and they're still finding a way to win today's game, right? And that's, again, because of the offense. The Dodgers have the best lineup in baseball, one of the best lineups ever, in baseball history. We got, what else we got? We got Roy talking about totally win Dodgers hit Freed pretty good. His numbers are skewed because he pitches in the weak American League. Yeah, I mean, the American League, that's a good point, Roy. I think the American League is clearly weaker than the National League, right? I think that's for sure, right? There's no doubt about it. The American League is, weaker. It's not as good. And I think that the Dodgers have to play in a tougher league, with some very good teams. The Mets, The Giants have been pretty good. Even the Cubs have been pretty solid. We saw what the Cubs did against the Dodgers. So the National League is definitely tougher. The American League just doesn't have very much. I mean, what does the American League really have right now? I mean, the Yankees are probably going to win the American League because there really isn't anybody else. I mean, who else in the American League do you think is good enough to beat the Yankees in a 7-game series? I mean, I don't really see it right now. I mean, it's still very early, but there isn't a lot there, right? Parker's talking about the 6th inning was as bad as the 5th inning. Yeah, of course, the famous 5th inning in Game 5 of the World Series that will never be forgotten by Dodger fans. Yeah, the Yankees just, I'm not surprised. I mean, come on. The Dodgers had a rough start today with Gosselin, having a hard time with the lineup. But the Yankees are a good team when it comes to their offense, right? I mean, we have to at least say that. But their pitching is always a bit suspect, right? Even though Max Fried was good, it eventually was going to come apart, right? And the Yankees bullpen, once again, is just not at the level that it has to be. And the Dodgers just, took advantage, right? They just took advantage of it, right? I mean, the Dodgers have found a way to take advantage of teams that can't pitch to them. And the Yankees are one of those. I mean, the Dodgers probably, think about it, the World Series went 5 games, but it could have easily went 4. The Dodgers could have swept the Yankees, right? I mean, if they would have just scored more runs in that Game 4, they would have won the World Series in 4. Their pitching wasn't that good. Think about it, the Dodgers pitching in the World Series wasn't even that good. Well, it was good probably the first 3 games or so, but then, Game 4, Game 5 wasn't the best, right? Even Game 5, right? Jack Flaherty had a really bad start, but the Dodgers still won the game. They won the World Series because the Yankees' pitching just has not been very good, especially against the Dodgers, right? It has not been good at all, and that's why the Dodgers have found a way to, win these important games, and now won the first game of this 3-game series. But we got another comment here from William. Love you, Mike. I've been with you and Brad for 4 months. Best Dodgers podcast in LA. Appreciate it, William. Yeah, I mean, we're obviously the best, right? I mean, we've talked about this before. All the other Dodger channels, they're kind of boring. They don't bring you the it's just not the same, right? I mean, I think we appreciate the love, William. And yeah, every Monday morning, we got a special show here on Dodgers Digest. Every Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific, we're doing the live stream, the Dodgers Monday morning live stream. So we do that every Monday. And we want to thank everybody who tunes into those Monday morning live streams. And also, if you're seeing this channel for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, make sure to like this video as well, as it really helps us out for the algorithm, right? Which is like important in the YouTube world, right? We got Parker saying Shohei beast mode. Yeah, I mean, Shohei has been, come on. I mean, was it like a few months ago? Was it Colin Cowherd was talking about Shohei Ohtani being the best baseball player ever? I mean, I think he's, proven that, he might be. He might be the best player ever. I mean, just does everything, right? And eventually could even pitch for the Dodgers, which would be even crazy, right? Even crazier if Ohtani actually becomes a two-way player for the Dodgers, right? Because that is still yet to happen. Shohei Ohtani being that two-way player, which I think everybody, would be excited to see for sure. We got, Don't Care saying Ohtani one-up Judge. Yeah, I mean, Aaron Judge is a great player, but I think Ohtani definitely has the edge. Francisco says it's bad for those who think they'll get their 3 minutes. Say, yeah, you got to show up early for these games on, against the Yankees. You got to show up early, right? Because there's a lot of fans going to these games. So a lot of people, I don't know. I saw the game today, and at 7:00, it looked pretty crowded. So I think a lot of people were there early. The prices were pretty high, so I think fans didn't want to miss the game. So, finally we have some people that agree with me here. Francisco Parker saying, never seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. Parker saying, I'm watching Tom Cruise. So there we go. We got some people not watching. Because today you had to stay home and watch today's game, right? And hopefully Saturday and Sunday you're staying home too, right? Because tomorrow there's no excuse. Tomorrow's game is on regular TV. You don't have to pay anything to watch tomorrow's game. there's no excuse, guys. So it's on Fox, so you could tune in for free and watch tomorrow's game. So hopefully everybody's watching the game at, 4:15 Pacific time, 7:15 Eastern time, so prime time. Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, really, for us in the West Coast, right? So it's going to be hot out there at Dodger Stadium. So if you're going, make sure to drink a lot of water because it's going to be warm out there at Dodger Stadium. And then Sunday, it's an ESPN game. Hopefully you got ESPN. It's another Sunday afternoon game at 4 o'clock Pacific. So, yeah, no excuses, guys. This weekend, you got to watch the games. I know a lot of people miss today's games. Apple TV, nobody has Apple TV, right? Well, at least I do. I do have it, but I mean, a lot of people out there don't have it, right? We got so we got William saying Dodger fans. It's 1958. My dad lived down the block from the Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, and what is it? Me and my dad, big fans of all Dire fans in New Jersey. We have Dodgers fan club in South New Jersey. That's awesome, William. Yeah, we got fans that go back all the way to the Brooklyn days, which is super cool. The Dodgers have so much history. They're one of the most storied teams in, baseball history, right? For sure. We got Ugo saying, I think the Tigers are definitely going to give the Yankees a run for their money. Yeah, I mean, the Tigers could do it. I don't know if the Tigers could really score as much runs as the Yankees are. I mean, they definitely have better pitching. The starting rotation is very good, with our former Dodger, Jack Flaherty over there, and Tarek Skubal, but offensively, I don't know. We'll see if they could score enough runs. As we know, pitching is super important in the playoffs. So, yeah, Tigers, Yankees would probably go 6-7 games. But I would still give the Yankees the edge, especially if they end up having home field, right? I think the Yankees could potentially finish as the best team in the American League when it's all said and done, for those regular season standings. And that's going to be super important for them when it comes to the playoffs, right? Because home field for the Yankees is like paramount, right? We saw for the World Series how that was a big disadvantage for the Yankees, right? In the World Series, when the Dodgers had a home field, that was a big disadvantage for them, and the Dodgers took advantage of it, winning those first two games at home, and then of course winning 2 out of 3 out of New York. But I think winning the first 2 at home really set the tone for the Dodgers in that World Series, and of course that Game 1. Freddie Freeman grand slam will be forever in Dodger history, right? So, yeah, I think this year has been super fun. Again, the Dodgers are clearly World Series favorites. I think today that confirms that Freddie Freeman had another solid day. Again, getting an RBI, having 3 hits, 3 for 4. And you just look at Fred. There was this hit he had. I believe it was the 7th or 8th inning, right, where the ball was on, he didn't pull the ball at all. He just went with the pitch, and the ball ended up in left field. And it just shows you how Freddie Freeman is, really on it right now, right? I mean, Freddie Freeman, think about it, he had some struggles, with injuries and all that. But right now he's back to his, basically the level we saw him in the World Series. He's back to it. I think today, going 3 for 4. I really like having Freddie Freeman batting cleanup. I think it's a good spot for him. Will Smith batting third today, going 2 for 4. But I think Freddie being the cleanup hitter, I think is a great move by Dave Roberts. Of course, having Shohei at the top is the best because you give him, 5 at-bats today. And then Teoscar batting second, I think. But, I think having Freddie Freeman batting fourth, I think is a solid move by the Dodgers for sure. And then Andy Pajes batting fifth. I think we're going to have to keep him up there, around there. Was the 8th, 9th early in the year. But, yeah, everybody played great today. Outside, Miguel Rojas, right, 0 for 4 today, grounded into a double play, too. That was kind of rough to watch. But, everybody was solid for sure, right? I think the main storyline of today's game was the bullpen coming through along with the offense, getting the 8 runs, which is no surprise there, right? The Dodgers getting 8 runs it's not a shock at all. But I think the big story for sure was the bullpen coming in and shutting the Yankees down. Think about it. In the 9th inning, Alex Vesia, had a kind of a stress moment there, but he was able to get Aaron Judge out, right? I think that's, getting Aaron Judge out in the ninth inning was important, right? So really, the Dodgers have a long way to go in this season. There's still a lot of games to be played. I mean, we can't say the Dodgers are gonna, we can't already crown them World Series champions. But if they were to, let's say, win 2 out of 3 or sweep the Yankees, I mean, I think it kind of confirms the Dodgers are, clearly going to go all the way, right? I mean, because this is the best, basically, today's matchup could be the World Series again. I mean, we could see the same matchup again this year in the World Series. The way it's going this year, the way the Yankees are playing, this could most likely be the matchup again that we're going to see in the World Series next year, right? This could potentially be that matchup again. And I mean, obviously, I think baseball wants that, kind of like in 1977 and 1978, the last time that the two teams played back-to-back years. Of course, the Yankees won both of those World Series, unfortunately, for the Dodgers. Maybe this time around, the Dodgers will win both series, right? Kind of getting revenge 50 years later, going all the way back. A totally different time for baseball, right? A much, I would say, funner time for sure in the game. But, yeah, we got a long way to go for sure for the Dodgers. We got a few more comments here. Lions saying, saw Mission Impossible 2. Dodgers win today. So a lot of people were at the movies today watching Mission Impossible. I guess a lot of people didn't have access to today's game. Well, hopefully Saturday and Sunday everybody stays home and doesn't go to the movies and they watch the Dodger games, right? I think everybody should be at home watching these games. These are the Dodgers and Yankees playing each other. I mean, come on. This is not like the Dodgers and the D-backs or something. I mean, these are like two heavyweights going at it. And you would expect, I mean, I think everybody that's part of baseball, especially us in the media, we would want millions and millions of people watching these games, right? Because then more people are tuned in, more people are tuning into our shows and all that. So hopefully we could get those millions and millions watching Saturday and Sunday, right? Because that obviously helps out everybody. But let's go. What else? We got Eric saying, what's up with LA players and toe injuries? Of course, Shaq with the Lakers in 2000 and now Mookie. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that was a long time ago, Shaq. I kind of forgot about that. That's crazy. Yeah, Shaq, I remember that. He had toe injuries in his career, and that's, of course, why he always brings that up in the Inside the NBA show, which potentially could be the last show talking about Shaq, former Laker, could be the last show tomorrow on TNT, right, for Inside the NBA. It could be the last one because tomorrow's Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Pacers and Knicks. So if that series doesn't go 7, it's going to be the last one on TNT. So I'm going to be probably doing a short post game tomorrow because I'm going to have to rush to watch that last show if the series is over, right? But that's going to be interesting to watch what happens because if you've been watching the shows, I know a lot of people out there are tuned into that for basketball. I mean, they've been really fun shows the last few weeks, so they're just saying anything they want. So it's been super fun to watch. We got Gabby Gabe saying mission complete, part 1 of 3, Dodgers win. That's right. We got 2 more parts to go here in this mission, right? Because there's still 2 more games to go. So yeah, that's right, Gabby. We got hopefully the Dodgers can win tomorrow and win the series and hopefully get a sweep, right? I mean, if the Dodgers sweep the Yankees, I mean, where does that the Yankees' confidence will be, completely, down, right? The Dodgers could find a way to actually sweep the series. I mean, I think that would be a super solid, right? If they're able to do that. So definitely would be exciting to see that if they're able to, get it done, tomorrow and then, of course, Sunday. So, yeah, definitely going to be watching these games. We're coming to an end here on the Dodgers Digest live stream. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Make sure to like this video and share it. And make sure also to subscribe to the channel as well. And yeah, we got, of course, a lot of you subscribe. What is it? Almost 8,000 of you. So we appreciate everybody for their support. We got of course the money. We're gonna be doing post games all weekend. Brad's gonna be taking care of pre games. I know a lot of you were watching Brad's pregame today. So yeah, he's gonna be doing pregame. I'm gonna be doing post game, and then Monday we're gonna get together and just hash it all out. Talk about the whole series, kind of what we've been doing every Monday here on the channel. So don't forget, 8 o'clock in the morning, bright and early. Maybe you're off school already. I know college already wrapped up for a lot of you this week. Congrats to all the grads out there. Congrats to class of 2025. Whether you graduated high school, college, it doesn't matter. Congratulations. And then, so hopefully you're off next week and you can tune in Monday morning at 8 a.m. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up here for Dodgers Digest. As always, let's go Dodgers.